What's good, everybody? I'm your host, Matts Benson. Welcome to Plug Talk. Today we're here for the season finale with my guy D Smoke. We're at a special location, Tilt, Los Angeles, in Inglewood, California, with Inglewood's own. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Good to have you, bro.
Good to be here.
We're gonna talk about sneakers. We're gonna talk about music. And we're gonna talk about what it was like growing up in Inglewood. Let's get into it. So you actually grew up not too far from here.
Yep.
You tell me a little about that?
So right now we're on Manchester and 7th Ave. So this laundromat has been there since I was a kid, you know, and next door, the cleaners has been there since I was a kid. I walked by because I parked on a side street on 7th. Okay. You know, just, you know, nostalgically, I parked on 7th just to walk the block a little bit. And I grew up, when I first got here, because my grandmother owned a house off of 5th Ave, so my grandma owned that house since the 70s. Oh, wow. You know, so my family's been in Inglewood for that long, even though with my parents, when I was young, we moved around, but that was the family hub, you know. So.
Definitely. And do you have any favorite specific spots in Inglewood that you might come back to?
Oh yeah. Go to? Oh, absolutely. On Market Street, I love to go to Rusty Pot Cafe. You know what I'm saying? They got the young fried fish breakfast. You know, they also got the shrimp and grits go ham. They discontinued the kale Caesar salad. We still working on getting the kale Caesar salad back at Rusty Pot, but. The waffle is fire, so that's one of those go-to places. And I'll just pull up at Park Circle. You know what I'm saying? Park Circle is a beautiful, just big open land. You know, it's a real landmark that people from Inglewood all know. Like, but outside people know the Forum, people know the stadium now. But that's one of those spots where, you know, you walk up and you see the homies from way back. You know, so.
And you have a very, very musical family.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just aware your brother, Sir.
Yep.
What was it like growing up in a family with so much music?
Oh man, it was beautiful. It was like my environment was bipolar. You know what I'm saying? Inglewood is this like hard, kind of like, it's like your tough homeboy that's hard on you, but you know it love you. That's like the city is like that. Yeah. Like you go outside, you once you start knowing who's who, then the city is good to you, but it don't keep you. Nobody's immune to like the nature of what Inglewood is, right? So it really taught us to both like look after each other, you know, have each other back, but also just like be aware of your surroundings because things can change. Inglewood is beautiful, so people from out of town wouldn't even know that like the element is still there. You know, people are still, you know, doing their thing out here in the street. So that's what we had outside, but on the inside we had like. Whole lot of love, gospel music playing all the time, a grand piano at a certain point in time. My uncle, by the time I was 13, he gave me a whole studio setup. Wow. So we're making beats. You know, this is when a studio setup costs up to like 30, 40 grand, you know what I'm saying? Or at least 20 grand. Whereas now you get a laptop and a mic and you active. So it's a different time. So that was that. That's how it's bipolar. Out in the streets, it's still that element. We're no stranger to it. My older brother banged. You know, but that didn't keep us from having to, you know, make our own names. You know, without gangbanging, we still was like, man, my brothers was active. We didn't fought like so many people around here that are now our friends. But, you know, as you coming up as a young teenager, sometimes it's just like, who are you? Okay, well, step out there. You know what I'm saying? And we do our shit and then go back to, you know, being cool. So, but the music in the house was that, it was that recoup. It was that, you know, it was that balm, that ointment, you know what I'm saying, on what the outdoors did. It was the healing kind of thing that we had in the home. So, yeah, that's what growing up in Inglewood, in my particular family, was like. You know, and that's the difference between me and most Inglewood people. You know, I didn't go home to a father who was a blood and a mom who was a blood. I did have blood cousins. I did have, you know, an older brother who was 10 years older than me who was a blood, but it wasn't like my whole life was inundated with just gangs and stuff, because that still exists. Some of the homies, it's like they whole family, all their relatives is either from families or Paul Rules or you know, the bottoms from, you know what I'm saying, Crenshaw Mafia or Queen Street, you know what I'm saying? Whereas for me, it was like, you know, I got a couple here and there, but they not in the same household. So we could get that duality.
You're known as a musician now, but you started your career actually as a teacher.
Absolutely.
Can you elaborate on that for me a little bit?
Well, actually, before I was teaching, I was signed to Warner Chappell writing songs and producing music for artists. So that was when I was in college. When I graduated, you know, I was still, you know, my first job, I was doing an outreach program. So I'm tutoring people at Morningside High and at Inglewood and at Rogers Park. So the reason I even took that job, because I had a full academic scholarship, I took it because of that.
UCLA, right?
I went to UCLA, yep. Yep. I took the job because the director at the time had, he had a program that had sites in my city. He was like, bro, you from the city, come back and do this tutoring. I'll pay you. It's paid travel. You know, that was the thing that really sold it. I was like, paid travel? You mean while I'm sitting, I could be doing homework and getting paid? He was like, paid travel. I was like, all right, let's do it. You know, so that was my start at education. Then I ended up directing that program as the first job when I graduated. You know, so I'm salaried at UCLA. And then one of the principals that I worked with as director, she was like, you know, when you're done with this director job, come teach. You know, so this is all stuff I'm doing while I'm writing songs and while I'm going to sessions. And so that's what got me into education. And she, you know, figured out a back behind the scenes way to get me in without a credential. You know, I still never got a credential, but I've taught up to 10 years of teaching, but that's also why I moved schools, because when they like, all right, bro, you got to get a credential, I'm like, I'm making music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't give up my after school time because I'm for sure leaving campus and going and making music. And that's what the dilemma was. You know, I've dropped out of grad school 3 times, you feel me? Because at my last little bit, I was like, no, we got to continue this, you know. I've dropped music videos that look like movies, that look like straight out of Compton, you know, off a teacher's salary. And that's kind of what put me in a position to get understood on an underground level as one of the next, you know, and that's what Rhythm and Flow was looking for, like who's next, not just who's talented, like who already positioned themselves to show that they're capable of the next level. So that's why I didn't finish grad school, you feel me?
And what was it like on Rhythm and Flow? You were in front of T.I., Cardi B, Snoop, you know, a lot of big names. Can you explain to me, did you feel any kind of pressure performing in front of them, working with them?
Man, you know what? No pressure, no external pressure is gonna match the pressure I put on myself day in, day out. So it was that pressure of like, okay, breathe, go out there, relax, and do you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you make more of it, like, I gotta go ham, you know, then you go out there and you fumble. Whereas if you like, calm down, own it, go out there and do your shit, you know, and represent. That was my goal. My goal was not to win, because I knew it's so many factors outside of my control. I don't know what these judges, I don't know what they looking for. I don't know if they like, I want somebody young, hip, you know, I don't know, somebody fly that dresses with the gold. Like, I didn't know what they want, but I knew if I stood up there and did me, that wasn't nobody doing that. And so, and if I go home doing that, I'm cool. And I know my city gonna be like, but you represent, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Little did I know that doing that the whole way through was exactly what was gonna make me stand out the whole way. So, but to be 100% honest, was I nervous? Hell yeah. I was nervous as shit. Nervous as fuck. Like, I'm stepping up there, mind you, I'm ignoring. And the way I deal with the nerves, I ignored so many instructions on the show, which helped me to stay true to myself, because they was like, get up there, hype up the crowd, interact with the judges, ask them how they did, you know, show personality, then tell the DJ head, then tell the DJ start the track. I'm like, hell no. Because my brother, Sir, he had performed in front of Marsha Ambrosius before. And I mean, he had written with her. She's always been like a fan of my family. So many people knew about my family already. Like, hey, y'all dope. Like, y'all bubbling. So she had come to his show and told him, like, because he kind of did some like chill stuff before he started. She was like, hey, bro. Almost like she reprimanded him. Like, hey, man, you a pro, bro. You get up there, you kill shit, and you get off stage. And no extra stuff. Like, you get up there and shut it down and you go. Yeah. Like, you don't kick it with people. You want them to be left with something like, oh, dang, that just happened quick and I don't know what's, you know? So my thing was, if you tell me to get up there, play around on this is supposed to be your platform, your moment, and extend it with stuff that's not your art, stop. You know, so part of how I dealt with it was like, no matter what, do me. So I got up there. As soon as I got up there, I said, my name D Smoke, I'm from Englewood. DJ Head running. That's it, bro. And I didn't even use the 8-bar intro. because it's like the least time I could get him to look at me and try to figure me out, and I kind of don't like his hair. Why he's dressed like that? What's his outfit doing? You know what I'm saying? My whole thing was keep him off guard. So it's like, boom, if your throat clear and your lungs up, they like, oh, he gone, off and running. Yeah. You know, so that's how I dealt with it. Because at the same time, any dead space for me is going to do the same thing for me. They judging me. I'm judging myself. You know what I'm saying? Wasted some time in there. Like, nah.
So you recently just got nominated for 2 Grammys. Yes. Can you walk me through what that felt like when you got the news?
My manager, Greg, he calls me like, hey, bro, congratulations. You Grammy nominated. I was like, what you mean? Like, nominated? He was like, you got nominated for a Grammy, bro. And I was like, whoa. And then we went up like, oh, shit. You know, because my thing is, it's our first album. You know, we put out the Inglewood High project on the heels of Rhythm and Flow. As soon as it ended, the next day, it's like, all right, here's a 7-song EP that y'all can go check out. And we also, then we put out Black Habits in February. You know, but even Black Habits was me answering the question like, when people go back to find your first project, what stories did you want to tell, and how do you want to be perceived from the gate? You know, that's not necessarily, in my opinion, that's not necessarily the projects that people win for. You know, once they get into full stride, it's like somebody seeing you off the blocks and be like, he's super fast. Like this is the first 10 steps. Yeah. You know, so I was, you know, surprised only in that I know I have so much more music to make. So that's why being nominated twice is like, it's super dope. You know, I'm in the category with Nas, you feel me? Yeah. And he ended up winning it, and it's rightfully so. Nas has contributed so much to hip hop that it's like, man, give this man his flowers, you know, recognize him. Just getting started. So yeah, that was big.
Definitely. And I see, you know, got a little bit of drip on. Can you walk me through your outfit at all?
A little bit, you know, this is the Puma Kid Super Collab. You know what I'm saying? My brother Sir told me sometimes you gotta step out in like a $700 sweatsuit and shit. I was like, I don't know how much it cost because they gave it to me. It's funny, my uncle said when you get to a place where you can afford stuff, people start giving it to you for free. So, you know, I got so many pairs of shoes now, it's ridiculous, man. I'm gonna start a shoe giveaway program for the hood or something. I already give my little nephew so much, but yeah, so it's, you put this on, and so I'll be comfortable and then put on a new pair of shoes, you know, and then I'll feel good.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, right here in the one section.
The ones.
I want to show you a couple, get your thoughts on them. You gravitated towards these.
I saw these.
What are your
thoughts?
Know
what? Let me tell you why they strike my eye, right? The black suede. Is it suede? The suede, yeah. So the black suede, anything that I can wear all black with, but with colors that pop, is super me, right? Super subtle. I'm still with the hoodies, with the fresh tees, you know what I'm saying? Not overdoing stuff. So if it's shoes that let me wear all black, but still got, you know, the neon pink, the yellow, and it makes sense because I'm throwing something simple. All the clash is happening here. I love that. You feel me? And the same feeling like with like these. This black almost feels like a navy blue just because the canvas, I mean the suede makes it feel more black, whereas this, it almost has a gloss because it's leather. But I still, like, again, I wear it with all black.
Is that something you would wear?
Yeah, I would wear this with black because I like wearing black and white Chucks. So whatever I wear with black and white Chucks, I wear it with this.
Okay.
Like, sure. I could do black jeans and a white tee, blue jeans and a white tee. Like, I'm always thinking simple. Unless it's something that just like the color scheme is made for it. This almost look like some Lakers stuff, but it's black and yellow, you know.
So about basketball, are you a hoop fan at all?
I'm a hoop fan.
I heard you hoop a little bit.
I hoop a little bit. I got a little J, you feel me? Like, what's funny is both my brothers played varsity basketball at Inglewood High. Like, Sir played varsity basketball, and my brother Davion played varsity basketball. My older brother Ryan, he didn't play in the 90s because he was gangbanging. But, you know, so I'm the only one that didn't play varsity basketball. Okay. But we all, as kids, we owned a hoop. We used to put the hoop over the back gate, like hanging over into the alley, and invite all the homies from the neighborhood into the alley and just ball out all day till our knees was hurting and we kids on concrete. You know what I'm saying?
Shirt dirty as hell.
All of that. Get dunked, lower the court, bash out. You know what I'm saying? So I still grew up balling, but I never played varsity. So in our adult years, all my brothers, they done been like, oh, this nigga smoke weed, smoke. They just count me out. They count me out, and for the past like 5 years, I bust their ass in basketball, and then they like, you still weak, right? But it's been like this past year, I had to make it so bad. Like my jumper didn't got better. You know what I'm saying? I'm quick. I know how to get my shot off. And then finally they like, hey, you not wet. Like you actually did. And it's really the jumper did it. Like when I stepped back and was like wetting them up beyond the arc.
So you still hooping a little bit in the pandemic?
Yeah, I'm hooping in the pandemic. Fuck all that locking the hoops up. You're not locking up everything. You're not locking up. You know what I'm saying? But so I think that's some more discrimination we not talking about, because people ain't gonna complain the same way if you shut down. It's people with money ain't gonna get mad that you shut down Venice Beach courts. People with money get mad if you shut down the golf course. People with money, and of course they're gonna be like, well, social distancing allows for it. Fuck what you thought. If niggas wanna play basketball, let them play basketball. And that's on my mom.
Well, we talked about everything. Now it's time. We got a little challenge for you. My guy's at Tilt. We're gonna walk you through it.
Got my guy D Smoke here. Got a nice fun game for you. I'm Kev. I'm Trey. We're gonna have a shoe challenge. So we have 5 different shoes here. We're gonna test your shoe knowledge. 3 are real, 2 are fake.
Okay.
For every shoe that you get correct, we're gonna give you a $100 credit. If you get all 5 correct, you got $500.
Hey, okay, let's go.
Yes, sir. Take your time. So what's your process like when you look at these shoes?
Well, I'm going off a feel first. Like, I don't pick up the shoe, pick up and feel it out.
Okay. That's
you know what I'm saying? Something about this ain't right. What does that say? All right. I'm gonna say these is fake.
You were right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Those are fake.
These are non-legit. But yeah, I mean, tell me why.
Well, is this supposed to be a 45 on the back of it?
Yes.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Something about this didn't feel all the way right. It felt like that was just aftermarket. Like put a dude on there with the ball in the air. That didn't feel right.
Yep.
Okay. He got too many fingers. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that one. Yeah. That one I wasn't sure about.
Yeah. Okay. So you got number 1.
Number 1. I'm gonna say these are real.
Those are fake.
These are fake. Yeah. Whoa. These are fake.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a good fake.
Yeah. I mean, and it really
how do y'all? Would y'all know it's fake?
Yeah. If I took my time and like look at it for a good 2 to 3 minutes, yeah, I could tell.
2 to 3 minutes though.
Yeah.
So if somebody walking by with these on, y'all not gonna know.
No. That's
okay.
But there are bad fakes though. So there are some bad fakes.
I know.
Where
I've seen terrible fakes.
Right. You can notice it really, really well.
You know what I'm saying? The ball ain't here. He dribbling. Like no, these are fakes. Okay.
Yes.
You know what? I wanted to say these were fakes. I wanted to say, but these are real.
Those are real.
Those are real. Yeah.
SB, because I was like, first off it said SB, then it said Zoom Air, so that just felt Zoom Air. Like, hey, I'm gonna keep it 100. As a kid, I've had fake stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I've had like as a kid, like 10. I remember
knowing.
I had to find out the hard way.
Okay.
Right? I had to find out the hard way.
Yeah.
I went to church, and I went to a church where it was like a lot of youth, and the youth service was its own thing. So like, had a pastor that was like, let the children be the children, let them express themselves. Yeah. If they hip hop, let them be hip hop kids. So we would dress how we wanted to. It wasn't like bow ties at church.
Yeah.
So my parents took us to the Slauson swap meet.
Wow.
And we got what we thought was we got what we thought was some Tommy Hilfiger.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it was Tommy Sports Gear. Right? So we go to church, and you know, we 10, bro. We don't know name brands, and you know, Tommy got the thing cut in half or something.
Yeah.
This one had a diagonal slash.
Wow.
Yeah. So we and this is back when baggy clothes was cool.
Was
real baggy.
Exactly.
We show up, and it's 3 of us, so we match me, Sir Davion. We pull up, and then the teenagers was like, oh, let me see this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Oh, you fresh. Hey, everybody come up. Come. Ooh, and then they all joined in, and some of them laughing, and they was like, "Oh, y'all fresh." Meanwhile, we didn't know they clowning us, so we like, I know. Look at my drip, you know. Then somebody who actually loved me, you know, my homegirl Keisha, she was like, "Hey, bro, they clowning you. Like, it's not real." Like, immediately, I get defensive, like, "Yes, it is. It's real." You know, and she was like, "Nah, look at the tag. And if the tag don't say Tommy Hilfiger, it's not Tommy." We look at the tag, because we got the same shirt on, so I look at my brother and say, "Made in China." That's it. Machine wash cold, that's it. So, but yeah, man, you know, that's what it's like when your parents, they didn't know.
Definitely. All right. So we got this one right.
Okay.
We got this one right. What you think about the ones in the middle, the orange ones?
These ones?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny.
What are those you think?
What are they?
Yeah, what's the name of those?
These are the Nike space boots.
Now, those are called Fear of God.
Fear of Gods. They're dope as hell, though.
Yeah.
I like them. The gummy. I like the stuff that's mostly like fabric on the top too.
Okay.
Like I like to feel like I'm floating.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So when I saw these, I was like, again, like I told you, I'll wear something extravagant on my feet and something really simple.
Right. Make your foot pop.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Bam.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then so I like these. These are real.
Yep.
And these are real.
You're right
These
on.
are real.
Yeah,
That's
you're
correct.
right on.
But that's because I got
Yeah.
I got the right one wrong. The right one right and the right one wrong.
Hey,
y'all done fooled me with this.
Yeah.
Y'all done fooled me with this. I looked at this close. I was like, that looks good.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Well, we got 4 out of 5 right. So right now you got $4 credit. But since you here, Inglewood native, we gonna just discredit that. You got 500.
Hey,
on the shoe
love.
challenge game.
I appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Congrats,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Appreciate your participation in the
Yeah,
game.
for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We in Inglewood. We on 7th Ave in Manchester, man. So y'all pull up, show some love.
Yes,
you know what
sir.
I'm saying? If you see a group of niggas kicking it outside, just say, "Hey, fellas." You know what I'm saying? Hey, no, really. If you walking through somewhere and you scared, half the time, just extending yourself and showing that you are a human being and you're not a threat. Because when you scared, you feel you pose a threat. But if you like, "Hey, how y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Y'all stay blessed." Man, people will allow you to go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah.
It's all about your energy. Control your energy.
Inglewood.
Yeah.
My guy grabbed some heat. Yeezys, Jordan 1s, Kobe's. Really appreciate you for coming out.
Pleasure.
All love, bro.
Yes, sir. Much love.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for season 2 coming to you soon.
Yep. I'm D Smoke from Englewood, California. Thanks for tapping in with Plug Talk.